Hi.
It's Tym Moss and Wendy Stuart, and welcome to If These Walls Could Talk. This is so great. I have him in the flesh today.
Yes, just barely, but you got me.
Barely in the flesh. Well, you almost left some of that flesh in San Diego.
I did, yeah. We had show. We took 50 Shades of Gay out. And we were there all weekend, and it was wonderful. I love San Diego. It was amazing.
Gorgeous. And you did the Fringe Festival there.
We did the Fringe Festival there. Yeah, it was, all of our shows were really good, were wonderful.
Excellent.
We even went kayaking one day on the Pacific, and we saw seals and
you did? Oh, you did? Oh,
it was wonderful.
Wait,
yeah.
You know how to kayak?
I did that day.
How butch. That is just so butch. Well, you guys put up a picture on Facebook that it looked like you were going kayaking, but then Ike Velli got back to me and he said, no, we're practicing fencing. I'm like, well, that sure did look like kayaking to me.
Yes, we did go kayaking. That was wonderful.
So happy to have you back here. I can announce that Tim and I are going to be your hosts Friday night at Theater for the New City in the Cabaret Room. And
for the Lower Eastside Festival.
I am getting I'm getting all kinds of different start times, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So we're going to be having a little run through when we finish today, and we'll find out. We'll let everyone know when we're going to be there.
Well, I have to duck out at 7:30,
right?
Because I'm going to be performing upstairs in the Johnson Theater on the main stage there. So I'm doing a little set, and then I'll be back down and help you host.
Well, you know what's so funny? They assigned me the same time to perform in the Cabaret Room when you're in the Johnson.
Oh,
so the only thing we're missing is someone to announce who's coming out next. But you know what? I can do it. It's like, I don't have that much to do. It's like I tell jokes.
Well, hopefully I can get on and off and downstairs to
make yourself crazy. But what I want to share with everybody is this festival is free.
Yeah.
All right. And very excited about doing it. So it's great. This is like we're getting a warning.
No, that's my phone. It's vibrating.
That's yours.
I turned it off, turned the sound off, and now it's going.
That's what they always say. So this week also, I want to give a shout out here at Pangea, May 30th and 31st. An amazing performer. The show is called The Tea. I love it already.
Yes.
Isn't that great? Herbert Benjamin. It's a solo piece that examines the residue of losing their virginity, enlisting in the army, drug culture, New Orleans in the 90s, bounce music, grief and loss of identity. These 70 minutes in my tea and nothing but the tea. I love it already. Aren't those subjects that we all want to talk about, grief and losing our virginity? Interesting week at the Explorers Club this week. Many of us, we know there's a war going on in Ukraine. We know it. We don't think about it for the most part, unless we have Ukrainian friends who will. In defense of all of us, we have so much on our plate.
Right.
We have so much on our plate now. But the brilliance of technology at the Explorers Club, we zoomed in a scientist because a lot of their scientists continued to do exploration. They did not want to use them in the war, and that's something that I found out. This guy studies leeches in the Arctic.
Oh my goodness.
I know. And he was so excited. We put him on it. It was 2:30 in the morning there in the Ukraine. He was so excited to talk about leeches in the Arctic under the ice and how they've evolved. And I'm telling you, sometimes you just got to sit back and just give it up, right? To God and the universe. It was great, and I love doing stuff like that. We've got World Oceans Week coming up in 2 weeks. I will be there, so please make sure you stop by. And my big announcement is here at Pangea. We are doing a series of artist talks. I am going to be interviewing the artists. Our first one is this Tuesday. If you came to our opening here in the Cabaret Room, we had our very first collective show. It's a group of artists, so I'll be interviewing 2 of the artists on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Please come. We want people to come, and we want to know the story right behind all the amazing art that people do. We never hear the story. Who are the people creating it? Well, I love interviewing. So stay tuned for that. Okay. My God, I am so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. I don't know where that came from.
You should be a songwriter.
I know I should be a songwriter because you know what, Mike, the guest we have today just really inspires the song in me. Okay, and I love the press release that he sent me. Get ready for Cabaret Disco, the one-man odyssey, multi-platinum disco icon. I'm not going to give you his name yet. You have to guess, okay? It's going to be at 54 Below. This isn't just a show. It's a resurrection, saluting the legendary hits of the Village People while reshaping his career with new insight, fusing Native American dance music with pop Latin dance beat. Please welcome Felipe Rose. See, we can always tell you by your hello, baby.
Hello,
okay, I got to make room. We're going to get all close.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
This is interesting.
Thank you for wearing pastel colors.
This is like a truffle.
It is like a truffle. Get closer. Okay, are we good? I still have a little more room here,
okay.
Tim.
Okay.
Can you move over just a hair?
Okay.
There you go.
There you
It's
go.
just the one
Great.
cheek I got to fold over.
It was that, well, I wasn't going to say anything, but it's that one cheek is overlapping. But we're happy to have you here, even with your overlapping cheek.
I'm wonderful. It's good to be here, and
Oh
it's
my
good to be
God.
in New York
Right? Good.
Mhm.
on such a hot day.
Oh
Jeez.
my
Well,
God.
it's
That's
hot.
right.
That's why
Today
you're
it's
here.
like 90 something, 95
Yeah.
or something.
We have
Oh.
that heat index thing. If you have problems breathing today,
There's barely
Stay
people
in.
on the street.
it is. I know.
Mhm.
I know. I'm seeing people on the street. It's all crazy. But we are here with you. I'm so excited that you're doing the show at 54 Below, June 21st.
Pride Month.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yes.
Pride Month.
Father's Day.
And it's Father's Day. I saw that too. I'm going to get all woo-woo and spiritual on you.
you
Well, I was
are.
just going to ask, are you a
Yeah.
father?
No.
Well, but you just have guys calling
Well,
you
no,
daddy. huh?
I now
Just
have
as-
2 little boys of my kittens.
You're two.
Oh,
two
that I
okay.
just adopted.
Okay.
Silas and Cash.
They're
But
adorable.
you do have guys calling you daddy.
They do, yeah. I mean, I do. And dating is pretty strange these days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
Now that
right.
you're a
right.
daddy, well,
And-
I brought you Twinkies for craft services today.
Couple
You
of
did.
You
twins.
got the joke, right?
She gave me Twinkies.
I'm like, this is
And
perfect.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pass that down to my friend Tyler. I'll pass it on.
Right.
No, it's a very interesting landscape of
I like that
where
word,
I am,
landscape.
where I am in my life, and I've been hearing the word anomaly. I'm like, why? It's a friend of mine.
Anomaly,
She
right?
says, you don't look. A friend of mine, she said, you don't look like your typical 72-year-old.
Right. Daddy
You look
bear.
like you're in your
Yeah.
50s, and so
Yeah.
okay, I'll take that. But the thing is that it's strange dating, and when I do
Right.
hook one, and well, when I do hook them, they come in at 28,
Ah!
28, 30,
How come
All
young?
right.
Right.
32. Nothing like 40, no 50-year-old,
No 40 or 50.
no guys
Wow.
my age. No.
Well, there is a trend both in the gay world and the heterosexual world. There is trending now of younger people
Yeah,
wanting to be
yeah.
with people that are significantly older.
Older,
I
And
yeah.
they're not looking for money either. They're that's
Thank
what
God
they
for
say.
that.
Some do, some
do.
don't. But yeah, I have no problem with guys with daddy issues. Bring it on.
Bring on the
But when they type generous question mark, I'm like, no.
No, same here.
I'll
no.
save my car fare.
Right. My pockets don't run deep and dirty, but I do. So, yeah, we were talking before the show, and when I was thinking about you just in general and this amazing career and everything that you have, I did think we're talking about relationships now. It's got to be really hard for you with who you are, what you did, and who you are now, because it's like it's not the norm. It's hard enough if you were like a normal everyday
but
average
being in the
Joe.
public eye.
Thank you for
yeah,
so
yeah,
long.
decades.
Right.
I'm fine with it now. I mean, I did have a really great life. Went touring for 40 years with the band.
Amazing. Who can say that?
Yeah.
Who
Well,
can
with
say
the
that?
Village
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Australia 39 times.
Oh my God.
Loved it all 50 times. And the thing is that if you looking back, I look back, there's really nothing I need to complain about.
Right.
So when the landscape is like dry and there's nothing and no no prospect or nothing. A month will go by. I don't even think about it
You know,
anymore.
right?
You know,
Right.
I just pull out my hands and take care of business.
And he goes and grooms one of the cats, right?
Yes.
Just that,
My pussy.
I left that open for you. You did not disappoint. Good. You're not losing
Yeah, I've
it.
had such dry spells. I have a picture of my hand in my wallet.
Oh, you boys are just so absolutely dirty today.
Excuse me.
So, how did this solo show at 54 Below come about? You know, because I follow everything that you do, and you're like, hey, I'm doing this. Call me up a few months ago and let me know about it.
That's interesting. I was recording last summer in the studio, and I decided that a year before that, prior to that, when the inauguration went down, social media has a tendency, well, people on social media have a tendency to look first and not figure out what's real and not real. And not to disparage anyone or put anyone down. And there is a New Village people, but there were my gays. I'm specifically speaking of my community. They were coming out like saying some nasty things.
They
like,
did, yeah.
You, how dare you go and this and that. And let's just say that I know Donald, and we knew Donald from 54 when he was a young man coming in, going into the
I know
club.
when he was a loser in New York.
Well, when he's
We used to make fun of him all the time.
And the reason why I didn't like him then was because of the person he was hanging out with. It was Roy Cohen.
Right, who's
sleazy. And every time I would see him, so whenever they, paparazzi would say, "Oh, Donald's coming, guys, take a picture." They were and we the construction worker David Hodo and I would turn around and look away. So there isn't a picture of me with him, but you could Google Randy Jones and there's lots of pictures with.
So does that make Randy Jones a sellout? I'm just joking.
No,
I love Randy.
I'm
I'm joking. By the way, though, with AI, don't be surprised. There are people that now they could put you up on Facebook with him now, and then the same people that are your friends will be saying, "Oh my God, Felipe sold out."
Yeah,
that's the problem with now.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that he liked that song way back then.
Yeah.
So it's not. You got to give credit to where credit is due. There's a song that can be around for almost 50 years.
Right,
and our gay community embraced it and loved it, and it meant something to us. And then it moved on through the decades, through the college crowd, and then weddings and bar mitzvahs.
Felipe, every bar mitzvah, even now, you put that out. Great Aunt Harriet hauls her poor self out on the dance floor. She's got one foot in the grave, and she's still too. She's like still going like that. Okay, that's something.
And then the song moved into the sports arena, the football and baseball. The Yankees do it in 7th inning stretch. Every year, every game.
I want to go a little back on memory lane. Okay, you have very humble beginnings as I'm going to say Native American dancer with bells around your ankle with a ballet background. Is this true?
Well, it's ballet, modern jazz.
Yeah,
ballet, modern jazz.
So how did, for people that don't know your history, what was your first entree into this?
Well, let me finish that thought of how did the show begin.
Yeah.
So when that whole situation went down, I then was left, with the rubble of figuring out, okay, how is it that people really don't know who I am? And that's when I started writing and putting things down on paper can I get out there and put together a show that will show people who I am, because I'm the singular thing. You look at that guy and that's all you see. It's just a guy in a native headdress, but what's behind that person?
Sure.
Right.
So that's what the show is about. Taking the elements of cabaret in the storytelling aspect, and then because I come from the dance world and disco world, I have a live DJ on stage with live musicians. It's the collision of two worlds.
Right.
And so I
love that, a collision of two worlds.
I now love where the show is, and I'm excited to get it done.
That's wonderful.
But I think you brought out a good point. Okay, you need the story behind the story. And you've heard me talk. I'm a big believer in that. There's not one guest that I don't have on this show that I want everyone to know their backstory. You in particular, I mean, the decades, the fact that you've been able to sustain it. you still have new audiences.
Right.
You got to get out there.
TikTok.
Thank you. TikTok. That's where the kids are.
Well.
Right.
You know, and the thing is that something that people don't know is that when I met the ex-producer Jacques Morale at the Anvil, and then I was dancing at Roseland.
Okay, you're just going to gross over the Anvil. When you met Jacques Morale at the Anvil,
he saw me performing. He saw me performing. I was like, you know, dancers. Dancers could not fool around with the customers.
And the Anvil was heavy duty.
And it's heavy duty. And then, of course, Studio 54, I was a paid professional dancer. So he saw me as a fixture throughout the village. And he said, you know, he contacted me and said, you know, I want to work on a project, and with laying down the percussion, bell percussion that I had strapped around my ankles. And so the thing is that what people didn't know is that because I was with a dance company on scholarships, that's no money. And I was working at these places, making about $100 a night. That's not bad.
In those days,
for 19
absolutely.
An equivalent today of $100 a night is $1,500 a week. Back then.
No, you were rolling in.
I was rolling the money. And so the thing was that then I was homeless. I didn't really have an apartment. I would stay with friends and rented a room and this and that. So when I met the late Jacques Morale, it's like he did say to me, "You're going to do this with me, and I'm going to change your life." And he really honestly did. So
But you realize what a fairy tale you're telling us? It's so incredible that one person that you met by chance, of all the people that you met, that this person, I mean, look at it. It's really incredible. My life could have gone down several roads.
Absolutely.
I could have been disillusioned with the dancing world, or would have become maybe a bartender or maybe a choreographer. Who knows what? But that turn, I took that road and said, let's see what happens with this situation with the group. And I was really. It's really being at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, timing is everything.
It is, but that's something none of us have any control over whatsoever.
No, absolutely.
You know, and there you were, and from there, he actually built. It's so incredible to me that you were like the cornerstone for the whole thing. It was you. It was built around you.
Well, but that's what he said. You know, I just felt that, you know, I was happy to be a member,
employed.
I'm
happy to have a job in those days, right?
Because you're in the show business, in the world, in the club world, and trying to make a living, and who knows how far that's going to go.
Exactly, and how long it's going to last.
Right, and because I was always going to auditions and really never getting the job. I decided, well, let me dip into put my foot in the pond where, you know, and let's put together my outfit, and let me rely more on my father's roots, and then go out professionally dancing dressed this way. Now, I know that politically it wasn't correct to wear a headdress back then.
It was a different, right, but it was
because I came out of a dance world and pop culture. But as the group continued to grow, Native Americans reached out to me. Some not happy, some happy, some were curious. My situation is I love meeting people where they're at. I will meet a child. When I speak to a child, I don't speak to them so they can look up to me. I kneel down to their level.
That's good.
And I meet people where they are. And so when I was getting a lot of Native tribes reaching out to me, like, what's going on? Listen, you know, do you know? I'm like, no, I didn't know about that, but teach me, you know. And then, of course, my dad influenced me. Eddie Three Eagles influenced me with the knowledge of what I was wearing to respect and the elders.
The importance of elders.
The importance of elders. And then as a shadow walker, that's person living in two worlds, in the native world, in the mental state of the native world, and then in the normal world. But then as a two-spirited person, that tribes revere two-spirited people.
Absolutely, they do.
And that's being a gay man or a gay woman. And the reason why they didn't toss them out into the street, like my mother tossed me out when I was 17, she wasn't with my dad then. Because they revere two-spirited people, because they can either they do take care of the children and take care of the elders.
Absolutely.
And so they have a role in the tribal system.
Yeah, because and they have had it for hundreds of years.
Right.
It's never been anything different than that.
We're never outcasts.
Right. Never outcast.
And that's another thing that I really admire and love about the heritage, my dad's heritage, and how we respect it. And then, of course, my mother being Puerto Rican Italian. And then now I'm trying to find family, contacting them, like to try to go and go back to find roots of that side of the family. And now we're finding out that 3 generations, a great-great-great-grandmother was Arawak Indian, Taino from Puerto Rico.
Right.
Nice.
The Taina from Puerto Rico. So you've got indigenous. Indigenous on both sides. Are you doing like 23andMe or Ancestry? I was just going to suggest
I did 23andMe, and that came out strange. That there was some European, and then there was some indigenous.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
You're gonna make me pull that thing out and figure it out.
Right. It's like they make a mistake every now and then.
Mine is like German and Dutch and English and Irish. My ancestors would sleep with anything, with everybody. I guess that's where I get it from.
It was a European orgy.
The funny thing was that when the producers, they summoned me, asked me to come to their little office on the east side of Can't Stop Productions. They opened the book and they showed me these characters that were with little microphones, and they were on each end of me, and I said, well, what's that? And they said, well, this is the group, and that's you. And I said,
oh my God.
I said, literally, I looked up at each of them. This was a terrible idea.
You wouldn't have a picture of that somewhere.
Well, I wish I.
These were like the original renderings of what the village. That is brilliant.
And the thing is that you just don't know. You gotta be at the right place at the right time.
Right, and you were. You might not have come up with that idea or that concept, but the fact that they did, and it worked so well, it blended so well as representation. Now, you as the Native American representative in the Village People, what are some of the positive things you heard from the Native Americans and some of the negative? Like, were there some, because you were representing many
tribal elders and many tribal people. They were proud. They were happy.
They were happy.
And things weren't so politically polarized.
Right. Which is why I got it. Which is why I became involved in the Unity Council, which is the United National Indian Tribal Youth Council out of Chicago.
Very important.
The San Carlo Apache Reservation, the American College Fund, where I even had the guys in the group. I would like to ask you guys if we can do a free concert for the American Indian College Fund. They kind of looked at me like, what? Like when little dogs, they tilt their heads oh, okay. And so we ended up doing a free concert for the American Indian Tribal College Fund. And they raised a lot of money. And then I stayed involved now, still today, stay involved with that organization. And also now with the New Jersey, on the Jersey Shore, the Garden State Equality, which is very close and dear to my heart, with the center in Asbury Park. So I'm involved in, and as an activist, I actually was the coordinator for the No King's Day in my area, which actually in Neptune and Tinton Falls and Ocean, in the middle of that corner section, all three, those are the edges of those 3 towns. That's where everyone met. I had a bullhorn.
You had the bullhorn. Wait, and did you do the sound you always make?
Yeah. A lot of people didn't know what I was about, but because it was about a block away, I went online and said, "Yeah, I'd love to volunteer to coordinate." And that was just basically telling people, be careful with the cars, Right. But it was a lot of fun. And then I saw a lot of friends from Asbury that came up to that as well. And so I'm going to be waiting for the next one to
really
pull that into high gear.
What do you think I remember you during the pandemic coordinating things with people. You have always been socially responsible. Yeah. What is it? I mean, you have this amazing career where you could have just gone off and said, hey, you know what? I've done really well for myself and I feel bad about these other things, but I don't need to get involved. There are a lot of people that don't involve in anything. What makes you involve?
Well, because I feel that I've received so much from fans around the world that there's a feeling that happens inside that is a calling and you want to give back.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel good to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that what you're talking about was when we were on the lockdown.
Yeah.
And I started doing food packages
for people
to friends that weren't working.
Right.
And I was Edwin Vasquez that we love.
Oh yeah.
You know, I sent in a box full of goodies and stuff, and
whose career is doing fabulously now. It's amazing. Long time overdue.
But what he was doing in turn was he was entertaining on Facebook, on social media. He was entertaining,
giving back.
And then he thanked me one day. After singing a couple of songs, thank you for the box of goodies. It was food and snacks and stuff. And he said, I'm really appreciative. And all of a sudden, the people that were listening, it was like an avalanche of food.
Oh, wow.
So he was getting packages from every day.
How incredible.
Yeah.
You made that happen.
You set that in motion.
Right?
Well, and a few other people as well. So, and then out of that frustration, when I started hearing Lady Gaga and Dua Lipa, the songs that they were recording.
Yeah.
Then I thought, well, the music sounds like disco still, but the clubs are closed, and so I decided that calling inside. I called up my songwriter and then Tyler Safford in the studio. I want to get in the studio and I want to write something about this moment that we're in right now. And the song is called Dance Again. It's on YouTube.
Great, great song.
That song.
But Tyler said, but we're gonna have to wear masks.
Right.
And we have to stand 6 feet apart or sit apart.
You did it.
And we did. We wrote the song, we produced it, and then we put it out there. And then there's a wonderful company. It's called Fiverr. Fiverr.
Oh, Fiverr! You got is that where you got your support team from? They're great.
That's where I hired my dancers in the video. The guy dancing
Shout out to
at
Fiverr.
the beginning of the video, he's in the UK. I specifically just wrote to him, hired him through Fiverr. I want you to dance in your living room.
They all put themselves on tape.
And then this segment, I reviewed all the tapes to see which dancer I wanted. And then this part of the song, I would like for you to be downstairs in the street dancing. And then this final chorus or verse on a roof of a house.
Right.
So when he sent that to me, I said, wow, this is terrific. There's no one on the street. And he wrote, dude, we're in a pandemic. and then the girl that I hired, she was in Colombia. And I just basically told her, don't leave your house. I want you to hear the song and dance in your house.
Yeah.
You're reading a book and you're bored and like, So, and then a buddy of mine in Queens with the funny pajamas. And so we with Fiverr and my video guy, Carlo Anthony, and Estella, we pulled the video together and we put it out there.
But it was a really great video, and it really encompassed what was going on at the time. And it's so smart of a way to cast people from all over. You did. They were from all over.
Right. It was actually.
Right, and because the pandemic hit everybody.
And it did. And then actually everyone was locked up.
Right.
You know, so the song is about that. And I was really happy with it. It did really well. 5 remixes.
Amazing.
And then I did the next one, which was what? That's What You Are.
Yeah.
That came out. That has a bunch of remixes. And now I've got a new song that will be in the show.
Ooh.
It's my anti-bully song. It's called Just Another Tuesday for Me. You'll never slow me down. Just another Tuesday. See, you'll never slow me down. Just another Tuesday, babe. And, well, it'll go on.
I love it. A cappella here.
It'll go
Today
on, but it's my anti-bully song to, like, you know, when you get harassed or get put down, just shrug it off and just dance it off because it's just another Tuesday.
I think largely when I look at your career, because I have followed you for forever, it really does amaze me that I think this is what you've done through your entire career, because people that don't know you could look at you and say, what a cakewalk, right? Village people, solo career, right? They could say that because they don't know.
It wasn't a cakewalk, because
a cakewalk.
When Can't Stop the Music, the film came out, it did well. It did well in Australia. Like to this very day, every New Year's Eve on Channel 9
in Australia. They
play it with Xanadu, then Can't Stop, and then the fireworks on the Harbor Bridge.
Great.
But the rest of the world in the US, the film was like, critics, like, they waited. And then of course we had Valerie Perrine that we lost 2 months ago.
Yeah.
She and I remained friends to the very end. And then we had Bruce Jenner in the film, and he was a piece of work.
I'm sure.
But the thing is that you don't know when you have the millions of dollars being poured into a project. You think as you're going along with the hype and where the party is and all the premieres.
Yeah.
But when the dust
settles,
there was nothing but popcorn on the floor. and to think that once we knew that we saw the reviews, they were scathing. Liz Smith gave me
I love Liz Smith.
endearing little memento, mention. You know, love the Indian. He was adorable in the film. That's what I was, just adorable. But the thing is, you then are told that you're going to be doing 19 world premieres.
Wow.
After like the New York Post that gives it the worst review.
After they skewer you.
What is it? Well, the Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, Dirty Rotten Tomatoes.
They were the very first ones. To give us a bad review. We were the first film.
The New York Post.
Dirty
Rotten. Oh, yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Dirty Rotten.
And now Tomatoes. Look at them today, how prestige they are. That you want 5 Rotten Tomatoes for a film.
But think about it. The fact that you can sit here and say that they're still playing that song every New Year's Eve.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
All the great hit movies have come and gone. Somewhere in Australia, they play this on New Year's Eve. And I would imagine it's a very big deal.
Yeah, and the thing is that's still amazing that for the times and when the group came out, and it was like the Reagan era.
Yeah.
And then we were, the death of disco. And then we went right through the whole AIDS crisis and that whole situation. And then we managed to still keep moving along and working throughout Europe and the world and coming home to a lot of visuals, candlelight visuals.
Yeah.
And shout out to all of the women and the lesbians that took care of the men that were passing away, which is why they lead a parade, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
that's why they lead a parade today.
Absolutely,
it's been earned. Believe me, it's been earned.
Now, again, you had this group of various, like the policeman, a representation of a policeman and a cowboy. And you were the Native American.
He didn't want to be a cop for the longest time.
Oh, yeah,
was
really?
The ex-producer
really?
He didn't want that.
But then, because I didn't even know at first. I didn't know because I didn't know I was gay. I didn't know that all of you were gay.
Gay icons, right?
But then
but not the lead singer.
Revealed.
Never the lead singer. It was only the background singer. The five guys.
But you became known as a gay group,
right?
And what kind of reception did you get with that? I'm sure you were met with probably both.
Mixed. There were some that were furious that we, like they would either spit at us in the clubs.
Oh my God.
David Hoda was always fighting with the people.
So this was a gay community.
Yeah, in San Francisco, there were guys that would walk up, you sell out, you sold us out, and we don't have control over that. How a record company puts out music, distributes music, and not putting out something to go along with it. They didn't do that, but. You have to be grateful, especially in music at any genre and at any decade. Anyone that's putting out music, to just get an audience is a miracle.
Right.
And so we had the LGBTQ audience, then we had the middle of America audience.
You had middle America. There's no group that can say they went through all those different groups of people.
And
Nobody
that's
can
why
say
it's still,
that.
the music's still popular. You got to
Right.
give credit
Absolutely.
to the songwriters who the music is still prevalent. It's still there. It's
Right.
still
Yeah.
making
It crossed
noise.
over between many different demographics.
Right.
And decades.
But like, I guess the question I was kind of asking was, because as a Native American in the group, you represented Native Americans, and at the same time, for the gay community, when most of you were in the gay community, you were the representation of gay community, because there was nobody. I mean, Culture Club, everybody suspected, but it was never. The Village People were known as a gay group.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess that probably has something to do with the Casablanca Records not putting out the proper press release. But the thing is that what people speculate and what they are attached to and what they love, I mean, we as artists don't have any control over that.
No, you don't.
And
Right.
again, to have an audience is a miracle, especially in this business of music, which changes every day.
Absolutely.
Every day. So it was interesting when it was over in 2017, and then these 10 years, I was finding out what is and who is Felipe and what do I want to do. And I'm enjoying this retirement, but I'm still recording. And it's just, okay, just to stay out there, do a few shows here and there. But now there's a higher calling to really
get that feeling from you
to get back out, and it's not a comeback, it's a return to the stage.
Return to the stage
Absolutely.
with Felipe Rose.
Gloria
But now-
Soanson said, I hate that word.
Yeah.
It's not a comeback, it's a return.
A return with cabaret
now-
disco.
It's a good time though
I
for
agree.
male singers. It's a good time to
Absolutely.
come back and be on stage. I think it's
But
with social media today, it's amazing.
yeah, well, now I believe we have a video.
We do. We have
So
two
let's
short
take a look.
videos. Yeah.
Let's take a look at
Take a
one of the
looky.
videos of Felipe Rose.
Yeah.
And that's when we talk. Was the hardest one of New York City. Love is just a passing word. Here's the thought I had. Yeah, that's again. They got left on the curb.
You're right in the middle. Yeah.
Do why not? Right. Because it
Absolutely.
talks about your show.
That's
Why not?
actually the opening number in
And that's
Cabaret Disco.
Native New
Which is
York.
great.
Native because I am
Native.
part
yeah.
indigenous, and then of course a New Yorker, was born and raised here.
Mhm.
Cool.
So it's the opening of the show.
And it's so perfect.
It's perfect. It really is, and it's a classic. You know,
Yeah.
Sandy Litzner and his partner wrote that song for Odyssey, and Odyssey, you know, it's such a beautiful song, but the song was about the girl
Yeah.
who got dropped off on East 80.
East 50. Is it East 84? East 81st. Whoa.
East 83rd.
Is it 83rd or 81st?
Like East 80.
It's up in my neck of the woods.
83rd.
I was
And
like,
this
girl.
and this version of the song, because it's in the show, it's about the New York City guy that gets dropped off
I love it.
at West 54.
I
So
love
it's
it.
full.
Yeah,
It's
perfect.
actually a full circle moment for me
Uh-huh.
to be back underneath the very building where I was working.
right.
Right,
In the
'cause-
very
because
building
you're
when I
going to
was
be-
always there.
Because you're going to be
Yeah.
performing at 54
54
Below,
Below.
which is in the basement of Studio
And
54.
is it Rocking Horror there right now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Rocking
Yeah.
Horror is there right
Uh-huh.
now.
For those of you watching, it's June 21st.
Yes.
Okay. And
And that's 7 o'clock?
9:30.
9:30 show. the
9:30.
9:30 show.
You have no excuse. You can come out and stay late.
it's gonna be the late night show. And also you can go to Felipe Rose's fan page on Facebook, and their information on how to get the tickets. You have all your links set up. there.
Yes, and
I
then
checked it out to
and,
make sure.
thank you very much. And also anything you want to know about me, official FelipeRose.com.
Right.
www.officialFelipeRose.com.
So you're at this point in your life that a number of us are at, things can get tough at this age financially. And I do want to talk about this. How did you prepare yourself for this time?
I started to realize that we're going now heading into the 1990s.
Right.
That, I was yearning to maybe be solo and run and leave a group and go off. So, but I
Do your
stayed.
thing.
I stayed because of the camaraderie of family and brotherhood,
Right.
and all. And that's the reason why I stayed, because I didn't have a family in the very beginning. The group became my family. And then members that came and went were replaced, but keeping that whole situation. Because the thing is, looking back, I'm part of the American dream.
Yeah,
Oh my,
absolutely.
most definitely.
To have come from the streets and nowhere to live, and then suddenly working in clubs, and then suddenly from
And
that
you were jet
to
setting
the
around
around the world,
Yeah.
and being on the Concorde. I was
cool.
I was really
right.
I was really happy about that. and as a young man, thought, okay, this is going to be fantastic. And we sit on this tube, this plane with the windows about this big, and the guy sitting next to me was Van Johnson, the actor.
Oh my
Stop.
God!
And so
You and Van on the Concorde,
drunk as a skunk, and starts leaning
listening
over and talking to me.
to you.
And I turn around and look at one of the guys, and I'm going, and so that's what I remember from the Concorde was Van Johnson.
Right.
I didn't experience that. And another long ass flight. Well, there were two, because we went to Australia 39 times. Another one was this woman, beautiful woman, sitting down, long legs, and this little boy. Halfway through the night, maybe 8 hours later, this little kid is got his toy car.
It's banging on the seat.
On
I
the
hate that,
table. On the table, and we're in business first. And I turn around and I go, will you stop that? And so all of a sudden, one of the guys in the group goes, Felipe, don't say that. So when we land, the women, she walked, she said sorry. She takes the little truck away from the little boy. When she emerges from the bathroom, it was Juliet Prowse.
Oh my God.
And I went, oh my God.
I guess you told her.
And then the other,
and a mother are you?
And that was going to
truck.
Australia. And then coming back one other year was Jose Feliciano sitting next to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
he talked for 18 hours. Just sitting
He's
there.
a talker.
Just talking.
Yeah.
Talking. I'm like, help me. But the best time was going to Australia with Cher.
Oh,
you went to, okay, I never knew this about you.
We
You
were on
had
tour with her for a year.
Oh my God.
But did you sit next to her? Like you had casual chitty chat with Cher?
She was in first with a whole family, her doctor, her trainer, and all that.
Okay.
And Roger Davis, her manager. And then in business were the opening act, us, or I was upstairs. And then you had the musicians, and then all in coach. And so she took an entire 747.
Wow.
To fly away.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then she's bad.
Yeah.
She walked around with a long feather in her hand. She was walking around the plane while everyone's asleep like this with their mouths open. She's like playing around with a feather. I mean, I was going like, what is this?
But
So
she
that's
is also
great.
the same American dream that you're
Yes,
from.
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, that's a great example of why we need to still have the American dream and what it represents.
And to at least have something that
Look.
inspires you to hold on to a little piece of something
Thank you.
that you can say, all right, you know what? I can do that. That can work for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's the other thing that inspired a lot of other natives, that they felt that inspiring them that they could achieve what I achieve also,
Right.
which is why I got involved in doing dance music, but using the native elements of drums and chants and all that.
Mhm.
And
love
then
it,
all of a
yeah.
sudden when Donald Kelly and Ellen Bello, they heard the Trail of Tears was my first song, they nominated it. I was like, really? And they said, and you're going to open the Native American Music Awards. I'm like,
Wow. That's
that
so
video-
Which you did, right? That video's out
That's
there.
on
Yeah,
YouTube
that
as
is on
well.
YouTube. I
Trail of
did see
Tears.
that, yeah.
And then I just decided that, let me just stay. And I recorded again and recorded again and recorded again. And after the fourth win for different songs, an album I produced, of all the awards were for Best Historical Recording, Best Single of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, album of the year, that kind of thing. And then the month after receiving the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I was inducted into the Native American Music Hall of Fame. So I was like, that was like a moment for me to kind of stand there, kind of
and pinch yourself and say, look at how far I have come.
Yeah.
Well, I absolutely love that you not only respect, but you also carried your heritage
forward. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is something that's rare in American society.
But you know what I found out, and I was doing that, I was really enjoying doing that. But the one thing that I forgot, because of disco and the whole persona and the image, I forgot about my mother's roots until Bad Bunny's album dropped.
Oh, yeah.
And I went,
oh
my God, what have I been doing? So then I went into the studio and recorded a song that my songwriter Benny Harrison wrote for me, That's What You Are, and we gave it that Latin feel to it.
Will this be in your show too?
That'll be in the show. And now we've got another Latin pop song that we just finished recording.
So I got to get a little personal here, because we haven't talked much about your mom. I know in your dad's later years, you became closer with him. And I remember his passing and all of the things you wrote about that. Your mother, you were estranged from. Did you ever get back together again with your mother?
I tried successfully. We made that connection again after she tossed me out because she found out I was gay.
Yeah, but you're also, look at this.
17 years old,
right?
Wow.
You know, and then you in moments like that, you say, well, how can I win this person back or these people back? So
get their approval.
I bought her a house. And
well, that's a good start.
Just start at the top.
But that didn't do it.
It didn't work. You can't buy love like that.
Yeah.
But wasn't she like unbelievably proud of you? Yeah.
To some point, but I think that there was something in her upbringing that she told me one day that I've never been a good daughter, mother, or wife. And that kind of made me realize that she wasn't happy in her life at all.
Right.
Yeah.
And
because any of those roles she thought she failed at.
Probably, but the thing is that then we started to get close towards the end before she passed away.
Well, good.
You know,
so there was a little bit of closure for you towards the end, and she did recognize the amount of success.
And her mother, Pentecostal woman, she was the one that said to my mother, "You need to not be with that man. He's a savage." You know, because they used to say that Indians were savages.
Wow.
And so, you know, I don't know what happened, but when I heard through family, and the thing is that now that I'm trying to jog memories, a lot of people are stubborn. They don't want to talk about the past.
No, and that's why I was approaching this with kid gloves because it's, you know what, it's sensitive, it's personal, it can traumatize a person, and some people want to just.
And a lot of times, people too might think, oh, if I would have done things differently, it would have changed, and they're embarrassed about it. Could be embarrassed about that, and don't want to face these things.
Yeah, and I'm not the only one. I know families. I have friends that, you know, are their families. They bury things and they don't want to talk about it.
Right.
But that's the old world. That's the you know the ones before baby boomers.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm a boomer. You're a boomer. We're all
I think
boomers.
it's great. As painful as you had a relationship with your mother, that she still, as she got towards the end of her life, that there was some kind of closure. I think that is important, and I have to believe you were the bigger person in that, and you know what, it's worth it.
Well, I tried to be, but the thing is that every time she would meet a gay friend, she then sat, like if she would have met Tim, she would have been sitting and laughing with him, and I would have been trying to sit in the conversation and she would stop and go, I was like, what's wrong with you, woman?
It's really funny.
I know.
You don't have any siblings.
I
have siblings.
I have Jehovah's Witness sisters.
Okay.
And that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Well, yeah, I know the Jehovah's Witnesses and what they believe in. And yeah, it's amazing that from all of this sprung you, and the amount that you have done, not only in your creativity, but to affect things in society. You're caring
Absolutely.
about people
on a global scale.
and really religiously and spiritually
Yeah.
pushing
Musically,
it forward. Yeah.
everything.
I try every day to put a smile on
Yeah.
someone's face if I'm out and about.
Yeah.
Another friend of mine, Tyler, which I'll be having dinner with him tonight, he's the same way. He's a happy guy, and he'll look at someone, that is a beautiful blouse.
Mhm.
And people,
Yeah,
Right,
good.
just even saying
people
it that
turn
way.
around. I'm wearing
right.
my really colorful Pumas, and then they're like, they stand out. And there are times when I'm wearing them, people will look down and go,
At your feet.
"Oh, those are colorful." And I go, "Aren't they? Aren't they great?" And they smile.
Shoes
Right,
make
so
me feel
if
good.
I can put a smile on someone's face,
yeah.
make them smile, then my job's done.
That's
Yeah.
a good way to be.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because
You-
you're spreading joy.
we have to.
Absolutely.
We have no other choice right now. We're living in some dark times.
Absolutely.
we are living in dark times, but again, the light that all of us have that can make things happen that are positive.
We just have to really
and
keep.
art.
Yeah,
Always.
Thank
Tim
God
and
that
I
we have
always say it.
Thank God we have art and we have music.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we also, as a community, well, our LGBTQ community around the world, not just
Right.
here in New
Mhm.
York, we do manage to really pull it together. And when I say that, and the reason why I'm laughing is because a few months ago, overnight, our pride flag in Christopher's on Sheridan Square
Yeah.
was taken down.
And it was up
by
36
this administration.
Right.
And
36 hours later, that
It
flag
went
was
back
like,
up.
Put it right back up.
It went back up, and it went back up, and I was like happy about that because it wasn't taken down again.
Right.
But I
Right.
was filming. They do a thing every month there in the park, which is storytelling, and
In the little triangle
Wait,
part,
Randy,
right?
what's his name? He's one of our elders.
Randy Wicker. Yeah.
Randy Wicker.
Yeah, he's
and
very
I told
cool.
my story how
Oh,
I
wow.
I left the Anvil when the first album came out,
Mhm.
and that there was even a billboard of the Cruising album above the cigar store.
Yeah,
there.
right there.
Yeah.
But while I was waiting before I had to go and speak, because there were other trans women that were performing and some gay guys. They were waiting. I was in queue. I had heard prior to getting there that the statue was a General Sheridan.
Really?
Okay, the statue in the park.
Yeah, the one in the park.
In
right.
the park, and that when that statue was unveiled, that he said in his acceptance speech that this will be the only piece of tribal land that will never be taken away or taken back by Native Americans. And so while I was waiting, I peed in a Ziploc bag.
Thank you for sharing that
And I
magical
just,
moment.
no
here
one
with
was
us
looking,
today.
and I threw the bag at the
Right.
statue.
And you said, bitch,
I'm taking it back.
I'm taking it back.
And so then, of course, in my storytelling, I didn't tell the audience, I didn't tell everyone sitting in the park that I threw a bag of pee
Piss at
at the statue. But I said, I'm going to sing YMCA, but now I'm going to take it back.
I love
you know,
it.
Yes.
But maybe I should have shared that.
I love it. But you can always go back there and tell the story again.
But did you catch that? That's the activism in me.
No, it's there. It's
Absolutely.
What can I do that's not going to get me arrested?
right.
Right.
Because I didn't take it out of my pants to urinate in the park.
Right.
But I had it in a bag.
Right. Right. You
I
were
don't-
ready. You were
That's
ready
a little,
to.
what is it, premeditated.
Right. Right. It's a premeditated action.
I see a lot of comments.
Yeah, we do have a lot of comments on there. That side of you, that other side of you. I've been on Facebook, and you know that
I'm
this is true
mischievous.
when you have defriended everybody, and then people start writing in. Please don't defriend me.
No, it's a big broom I put out.
It's a big room when
It's
you
a-
do that.
I
It
just
freaks
put-
everybody out.
I put it up on
Oh
my
God,
social
you
media
comment.
pages.
Yeah.
And I go,
Get rid
okay,
of-
people, it's about that time of the year. Meaning, if you don't see this again, guys, knocked you out.
You got.
you.
I know, but the comments are so funny. Okay, here we
Suze is a
go.
good friend of ours. She's
Wonderful
a designer
Suze.
from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Says hello, dolls.
Yeah. Hi, Suze.
Hello.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hi.
Amazing. Rose Trentman. Hello, my besties. Please keep cool and hydrated today. Love you both. And you love Felipe too,
Yes, absolutely.
Clover. Hi, Tim and Wendy and Felipe. Can't wait to see you again at the Lower East Side Arts Festival. On
Yes,
Oh,
that was
okay,
Clover,
right.
Clover Welsh.
Yeah.
Oh,
We love
okay,
Clover.
great. Hi,
Clover is
Clover.
so
Yeah, everybody loves
Mwah.
Clover.
Yeah.
And Cameron Cole, our producer, says, what did Felipe think of the Pet Shop Boys cover of Go West?
Thank you. Great
Good
question.
That's a good question. I was at Roseland for the Amphar
Mm-hmm.
show. No, wait. Music Cares. Music
Uh-huh.
Cares. Billboard. And they were performing at Roseland. And Neil says that, this next song we're going to perform was sung by the fabulous Village People. And I was standing there like, and they did Go West. So later, after they finished, I said, "Oh, so you did the song without us?" And he said, "No, you're in it. Your background vocals are on the song."
Oh my God.
I was like, "Well, what do you know?"
Wow.
It is something, but at least listen,
Wow.
they took the song and gave it a different
Flair.
look.
Yeah, different look.
Yeah.
They
to it.
repackaged it. They repackaged
and
the
gave
song,
it
which
a
is
right.
great, which is really great. But that great question, Cameron. Rose Trentman, so happy to see you, Felipe. Thank you, Rose. Dina Maselli, we love you,
Oh,
Dina.
Dina.
That's
Says, Nick Lyon's
niece.
niece.
Oh,
She's
hello.
so
Says
fabulous.
definitely an all-time favorite for everyone.
I'm so
I
happy
took
to see
I
Dina
took the
on here.
medallion that when I went to Puerto
Yes.
Rico for my
From-
birthday, I had my thing Ziploc with
Nick's.
Not with P.
No.
a Ziploc mesh bag
We'll never
with
trust you
jewelry
again, right?
and with jewelry, and the medallion fell out. It was Nick.
Nick
Yeah.
was
So
letting
then-
you know.
So then I threw it right behind this,
Right here.
my St. Joseph,
I love
and
it.
then so he was in Puerto Rico with me.
Wow, listen
Yeah, I
to that
love
story, right? Albert
Oh, Albert Pena.
Pena.
Crocus
Hola. Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Amazing.
Joe.
Wait just a second. What did Albert say? Can we
And
go back
there's
to Albert?
Joe. Hi,
You know
Joe.
Albert, right?
I know
Crocus
Albert.
Pena.
Hugs to everyone and hugs to you, Albert.
Says, I can't say hola, hugs to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hola.
Joe Preston, we love. Says amazing history, very well articulated, and the truth is being
Let
told.
the truth
I
be told.
agree.
You know about that, Joe, don't you? Right?
We like to hear it right.
I
from
have the bulk
person.
of it. From,
Okay.
yeah.
Philip James
but-
Capisaro.
Yes. Hey, Philip.
Oh, that's our DJ, Philip James
Yeah.
from
Hi, Philip.
Asbury,
Felipe.
from Asbury Park.
Hi, Asbury Park
Uh-huh.
DJ.
I'll be
Thank
doing,
you.
like-
And he does the haunted house there, doesn't he?
Yes, he's
Uh-huh.
the one that does the big haunted house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
what is the haunted house? I would
It's
love
his
to go
house.
to
He
that.
decorates it. It's stunning.
Oh my
Cabaret,
God. I'd love
Cabaret
to.
Disco, Dark City Disco with Felipe Rose and Lady, I can't
Celestina.
Celestine, July 3rd.
July 3rd at
Asbury
Asbury Park.
Okay.
Music
Thank you,
by
Philip
DJ
James, for
Philip
letting
James.
us know that.
Yeah. You know,
Rose Apuzzo. Oh, you're coming, Rose.
It's gonna be-
Great.
Yeah, Rose is going to be at,
Yeah,
at 54
below. I'm going also.
you know, I just, because art imitates life.
Yes.
I just forgot to mention this, that when the whole conflama was going on about, that people were saying, oh, you traitor, and you were at the inauguration and this and that. Wait, Tom Yaz, Flotilla the Barge, they text me and they said, girl, don't look. Jackie B threw something up about you.
Jackie
No.
beat
And
it.
so I
right?
said, oh man, come on. So I go and look, and I was so already ill. I was ill with people. I wrote, thanks a lot. We're supposed to be friends and
Right.
community.
Right.
You can't cut it as a man. You wear a dress, a wig, and high heels. And I walk away, and then some other performer, Polly something, comes back and writes, that's rich coming from you. You wear feathers. And I came back, not the same thing.
Stop. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's great.
That's hilarious.
Now, also
Cameron,
Cameron
yes.
Cole, our producer, says, I know it's not a popular album for some fans, but I really enjoy Renaissance.
Renaissance is good.
When the Village People went new wave. I sometimes play Do You Want to
Spend
Do You
the
Want to
night.
Spend the
You want
Night?
to spend the night.
When he DJs.
Oh,
he'll
okay.
Spin that. Curious what Felipe thinks of that album.
What do you think of the album?
Well, it's interesting. Never do anything when you're upset, and we were upset. Well, the producers were upset that the movie tanked. So the next album, they decided that they wanted to go. What's that? New wave. What is it? The
New Wave.
Yeah, New Wave.
Spandau Ballet.
Spandau Ballet,
What
like
was that,
yeah.
that thing.
Depeche Mode, all
Yeah.
of that, yeah, In Excess.
So, great album. If we would have stayed dressed this way, but we then changed into the new romantic,
it was a little
new
too much of a
romantic
change.
look, and it was too much of a departure.
Yeah.
But the album was just
The
great
album was
music.
great,
Had
yeah.
great music on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Cameron really knows his stuff.
Yeah,
Cameron.
Cameron, I'm
Our
impressed.
dear friend
Cameron,
Margaret.
I wanna come over and look at all your records.
Of course you do. Records are like etchings. Oh, and Margot Channing.
Margot Channing, our
Happy
dear
birthday.
friend,
Happy it's
Says-
Margot's birthday.
says, "Hey kids, hello Felipe."
It's a birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Says,
happy
"I love-
birthday.
Happy birthday.
And Margot says, "I love
Happy
it." Cheese."
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Margot. Happy birthday to you.
Yay. A special birthday greeting from Margot.
And
All
hugs
right.
and
Love you,
kisses
Philip.
to everyone.
Yeah.
Love you, Phil.
Mwah. And Cameron, today's Cher's, of course it is.
Cher's birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
You
I
know
forgot
what?
about
And
that.
that's the anniversary of Krakatoa.
Oh, you're kidding.
When it
Yeah.
erupted, yeah.
Wow.
Not on her birthday.
Yeah, right.
not on her birthday in the early 1900s or whatever. But she was
Well, do we
born.
really
Right.
know how
She
old
was
Cher
born.
is?
Right. Right.
She's
Think about that.
78, 70. But
She's-
she's a
yeah.
marvelous,
Yeah.
marvelous
Oh,
human being.
She
She is
seems
a
like
marvelous
it.
human
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a joy the whole year
Love
touring
hearing
with
that.
her.
She was a
How-
pleasure to be with.
She was
What
a
an experience.
big on the bingo thing, so she would take a ballroom, and we would all, when in between shows, 2-3 days off, and we would play bingo in this big
Oh my
ballroom,
God. How
and she
cool.
would throw hundreds of dollars in the
Oh,
In the kitty.
nice.
kitty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're kidding.
yeah.
Nice.
Wow. We love Cher.
Oh, Albert Pena says, awesome interview. I love hearing events of the past. So what's the book called? A Rose is a Rose.
The
Oh,
book. Well, July 24th to August 1st, I'm driving to Long Island with plastic bins and photos and journals and all that to babysit my music editor and DJ that's in the show. He and his wife, I officiated their wedding. They're leaving for Italy.
oh, how
So
cool.
I'm going to house sit because they have a Bubba, their cat. But I figured 10 days there, let me just knock the book out.
Oh, that's a
Wow.
great.
There's
That's
no-
great use of
No
the time.
distractions with my
Yes.
house,
Right.
and Estella will stay in my house, and I'll go there. And
Yeah.
the book is in several stages because
Uh-huh.
I tapped in and tapped out of it, then when tapped into it, and then when
Yeah, that's how it goes.
then when Dad passed away, I tapped out of it again.
Yeah.
So it's been 3 years. So now I'm fully gonna commit
Wow.
for 10 days.
Wonderful.
and just throw
Just
out one.
focus. You're going to focus on
Yeah,
that. That is a
absolutely.
great title.
So thank
though.
you,
Yeah.
thank
That,
you,
that is such a great
thank
title.
you, Albert.
And our dear friend Prince Fleet Easton from,
Yes, thank you for
from
tuning in.
Palm Beach or
Palm Springs. Sorry, I'm late, Aunt Lucy. I just got out of yoga. But you know what? Better late than never.
I need to
And
get. I
yes,
need
you
to bring
too,
my
Uncle
show to
Ted.
Oscars.
Yes,
Yes,
you do.
absolutely,
And you need to
absolutely.
meet Prince Fleet Easton. He's
Oh,
an
he's
amazing, talk about giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Incredible performer, great and a great person. And I am his Aunt Lucy. And that's a
Aw.
long story, but I'm not going to take your time up with it now.
Now you mentioned about driving to Long Island. Can you just? I just wanted to mention about
Spread
the other
joy.
day. Was it yesterday or a couple
Yeah,
days
the
ago?
No, the day
driving
before
to
yesterday.
Day
Manhattan,
before
yeah.
yesterday. Oh my God.
Harrowing experience. I mean, I was driving, leaving the beach and heading east, and a truck with a trailer was. I was heading west, and it was heading east, and out of nowhere, I'm looking at the middle of the street. What was coming towards me, I didn't know what it was. It was just an object. I started pumping the brakes, slowing
Oh my
down,
God.
and the wheel of the trailer flew off, and it was rolling down the street coming at me. But thank God I started slowing down, and all the other cars
Right.
slowed down also. And the second the car stopped, the impact of this wheel was so tremendous, it ricocheted the wheel 2 blocks back up.
Wow.
It's very
Wow.
scary.
I
And you,
would've-
you had the
How
picture on Facebook.
traumatized.
I
It was
would have
awful,
never have
yeah.
seen that at night.
Right.
that I would have
right,
been
right.
driving at night.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you
so-
would have missed being on this show today.
Oh my God! Stop.
But how frightening, my
Yeah,
God.
I
And
was
just how
rattled.
quickly
the picture
something like
was
that
the
can happen.
picture that you put up was very
But
scary.
I was
we're
rattled.
grateful
I was
for you.
rattled. Yeah.
But you know what? You're here.
We're grateful you were okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you have. I told you have a lot of spirits watching over you.
Yes.
You have a
Yes.
lot more work to do while you're here.
Well,
so
I'm
it's
here,
that
yeah, I
wasn't
believe
your,
that.
Yeah, you have
I
a lot
do
more
believe
work
that,
to do.
yes.
Absolutely. And Rose Trentman says, spread the joy, Felipe.
That's what I try to do every
Yes,
day.
you
You know,
do.
and I know we're
Oh,
living.
and Denvetta, great interview, kids. Awesome stories, Felipe. Glad I got to tune in. Me
Thank
too.
you.
We love Dan.
You know, but I mean, we're living in some dark times, and we need to now more than ever. We need to
Right.
spread that joy, spread
Absolutely.
that love,
Absolutely.
spread that light.
The
Let's
light.
look away from
absolutely.
the darkness, because this
Yeah.
darkness is not good.
No,
And it's up to us to shine the light.
To shine the
that's
light.
no
Yep.
matter what.
And
Yep.
listen, I listen to people because I talk about it. And why are they,
Mhm.
are they like this man? And I listen because I still can't believe what they say.
Me too.
And I listen because I try to meet everyone where they are. But then at the end of the day, I say, well, then that doesn't work for me. I'm glad it
Mhm.
works
Yeah.
for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But my shout out to Johnny Iovino, Estella Crespo,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stella, hi.
Benny Harrison, my musical director. They've been working with me with this show for a year. And then, of course, the saxophonist Baron Raimondi and the conga player Emadine Rivera. We're all like live cabaret music, collision with the DJ on stage. It's going to be
Mhm.
like something you never saw before, with, of course, stories. Not these stories, some other stories.
I'm sure the stories are endless. Now, you have one more thing you need to tell people about. The Bruce Springsteen Arena Show.
That's right now getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago, Eileen Chapman is involved with the Bruce Springsteen Music Experience, called me and said, Felipe, he's creating a music archive that's going to travel around the country, coinciding when it returns with the opening of the Bruce Springsteen American Music Center.
Wow.
This
That's a
building
big
is
center,
magnificent. And so a whole outfit, moccasins, vest, choker, mohawk, roach, everything, braces, was traveling around the LBJ library, of different libraries,
Wow, how
presidential libraries.
wonderful.
And now it's returning, coinciding with the opening
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
of Monmouth University's museum, but the building is called the Bruce Springsteen American Music Center.
Thank you, Bruce
Wow,
Springsteen.
yes,
And so
yes.
we'll be in Atlanta. I will be joining other natives flying in
That's
from
cool.
around the country,
I love this.
native artists,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
renowned, like Gary Farmer, a
Uh-huh.
few others. We're going to be rehearsing at the Hard Rock Casino, sponsored by the Seminole Tribe. And then we'll travel back up to my neck of the woods, which is 2 towns over Long Branch,
Yeah.
at the Pollock Theater, and we are going to present the Native American Music Experience. Sold out already.
That's great.
Mm.
That's
For,
so
for
great.
June 3rd, sold out.
And it's totally
Oh,
sold out.
wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful.
So people,
Coming up.
even in my community, people will get to see that side of
Yeah,
that
it's
entertainment
important.
side of
Yeah.
me. So performing the native music, native dance music that I really don't get a chance to do.
Right.
So
That's
it's
so
going to be
cool.
interesting too.
Yeah.
Trailer, going back to my roots, which is a disco song, but I turned it into, I natified it.
Mhm.
And
You natified it, a
That's
verb.
we're still here, Trail of Tears and Red Hawk Woman. And so that pocket of songs I will be performing. I think I'm act number 5.
Nice, nice.
And then on the 17th, the opening of the exhibit happens.
The
June 17th.
exhibit opens to June 17th.
17th.
And it's
And-
in Monmouth County.
And it's in Monmouth County at the University of Monmouth County. And it's the Bruce Springsteen American Music Center or Museum.
And then June 21st.
June 21st.
It's the big shebangy at 54 below, 9:30 at night.
I have nothing to wear.
Please don't.
It's
So
all in the
don't wear-
museum.
right. Tim said that's brilliant. It's in the museum. Felipe will be in his natural dress.
Now, you know something that people keep telling me, everyone knows I've never been to it, the Rise
Oh, yeah.
Museum.
Uh-huh.
But people, when they go there, they send me pictures of our actual outfits.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about that.
But
oh,
the-
I think I sent you that.
Yeah, you
Did
did.
you really?
I think I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the loincloth's about this big.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was
So
tiny.
is there a chance you're going to show up in a loincloth?
Well, no, the thing is, no, the thing is that was lent to them. But the person, general manager at the time at our office, when either he quit or we fired him, I can't remember, he forgot to get that back. So they have it. I know I should go back and put fingerprints on the glass and stick my face, stick my face on the glass and go, "That's mine."
I've come for it.
Just one quick thing. I was covering Legends of Dance one year with Pinky.
Oh,
yeah, with Ray Pinky Velasquez. Yeah. And I interviewed you. I was interviewing you, and Randy Jones came up behind you. And that was the first, I caught that on tape, was the first time that the two of you had seen each other in like 25 years.
Oh, that was at the Vinyl Legends.
Or the Legends.
The Legends of Vinyl.
That was such a cool moment.
That actually was.
Yeah. And you hadn't seen each other in 25 years.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
I haven't seen Randy.
Interesting that you pick up where you leave off.
Yeah.
People never leave your heart.
Right.
Yeah. They never leave
your
heart.
And that was evident between the two of you.
What a great piece of tape to have, Tim, that you have that.
You have that?
Yes, I have the tape.
I want it.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, Felipe.
No, we all still communicate.
Yeah, I figured. Do you see the hot construction guy at all? I was so in love with him.
Jim Newman. Yeah. No, he's a cowboy.
David Hodo.
So on the day after the inauguration, after everything, the dust settled, I texted him and I said, "How are you?" He said, "Can I call you back?" And I said, "Sure." And he goes, "Rose, I never fought so many queens in my life."
It's amazing how they'll eat their own, isn't it?
Well, Asbury Park is a tough city to live in, and we eat our own.
Yeah.
You know,
they turn on a dime.
I tell people that you want to live in Asbury Park, be careful. We eat our own.
Yeah, we turn on a dime.
Well, Felipe Rose, thank you so very much for
Are we
taking some
done?
time and hanging.
Are
with
we
us.
done?
Unfortunately,
yeah. Well, we have to take a picture.
We'll take it. We can. Take a picture
we got to get our picture. We always take our picture.
But yes, I wanted to just say. I wanted to say thank you.
I'm just looking at
We'll get a
comments.
picture afterwards.
Okay. This was fun, and it's like interesting. A trouble here. I've never done
That's
this.
a good picture. If you want to take it.
Well, just a second. Let me. It'll take a minute. And I'll need you to push 3.
Oh, I have to lean over. Hold on.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait till
I have to be able to see 3. Okay.
And go. That's one. Wait till that preview moves out.
What?
We'll take
I didn't know
more.
you could do that.
I didn't know I could do it either.
Okay, now.
Go.
What?
Okay,
we got a couple of them on there.
Yeah, a couple of them. All right.
Thank you
cool.
very much.
That was it.
Did we say goodbye?
Not yet.
We're going to say goodbye. We're just letting everyone see our whole process of taking pictures. We do it all on here. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you, everyone, for your great comments. And please come see this guy. I'll be there June 21st.
The
54 below. Legendary.
I'm looking forward to finally really telling my story and enjoying.
And having a great time
and performing these songs that I never got to have a moment to perform.
Right.
And on top of that, just want everyone to live your best life every day.
Yeah.
Happy Pride Month. And let's just keep the light on.
Yes,
keep the light on.
Keep the light on.
I love that. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.